Attempt to make Mysore Pak the graduate student way. I'm going to switch between Tamil and English. Anything I say in Tamil I will repeat in English. So basically 4 main ingredients: besan, kadla maavu, sugar, ghee and water. So I'm going to start by trying to make the ghee at the same time, so that the ghee will be ready by the time we reach a stage where we need the ghee. So right, and use like a low flame. Get unsalted butter. It's very important that it is unsalted butter. So you can get the regular butter in your local grocery store, but that will be salted, so you need to go find unsalted varieties. So I think even Land of the Lake sells an unsalted version. So take the whole thing, put the stove on low heat, really low, and let it go. So நெய் காய்ச்சது வந்து is not a new thing for South Indians, but if you are not used to the concept of clarifying butter, that's all there is to it. A pan this size should be able to handle this slice of butter. One of the downsides to using kadla maavu that comes in the United States is it's basically pure chana dal. You get this in local grocery stores. Even the non-Indian grocery stores carry some form of besan. The downside is, in India they basically put this dal in the sun for a long time before they powder it at home. Here what these guys do is they take the raw split chickpeas and they grind it, so there is a lot of moisture in the dal, and what that does is it agglomerates because of the moisture. So you will have to heat it for a long time. Take this or another non-stick vessel if you need it. Put approximately 1 cup. I'm going to eyeball it, but approximately 1 cup of flour. That's all there is. That's like 1 cup. We are going to use like 1 cup of this besan, 2 cups of sugar, 1.5 to 2 cups of sugar, and 1 cup of ghee to make this Mysore Pak. So what I'm going to do is roast this besan for a long time. Really low heat. So I kept the stove at like really low heat, and I'm going to keep doing this for a long time actually while the ghee is in the making. It would also help if you take some of the ghee after it's done, and like a few drops here would actually help. The goal is to, 1, make this dry, and 2, slightly roast it till it's like you start seeing some brown, and you will get a nice smell. One or 2 drops from here. இது கொஞ்சம் லைட்டா கலரணும் நெய் ஆகிறதுக்கு. It's in low heat anyway. Starting this at like 9:45 my time. Not a fog actually. Just have some water and sugar, and have the sugar not in syrupy form, but just enough to have the sugar dissolved in the water. So for that I'm going to take another vessel. Typically use the same vessel, but for the sake of making this go fast, I'm going to take another vessel. Now you can almost smell it, and the ghee is coming up. So it starts frothing over and it starts to rise up. I will basically stop it. Put it here in low heat. I'm going to take 2 cups of sugar. I'm going to use deliberately less water for the sugar, because one thing that I do differently here is, instead of taking this flour and then trying to mix it in the water with the sugar, what I'm going to do is to mix the water with the flour and beat it in a mixer, so that you don't get the solid lumps. Okay, so I got the sugar there. I'm just using the if you're doing this in India, of course you will need to powder the sugar in a mixer also, so it makes sense to do the whole powdering process in one shot. So now this guy is done. So I'm going to take this and separate it out. I'm just putting it in a plate over here and add the water. Okay. I'm deliberately adding less water than is required, and for good reason. Become syrup. So what I'm also going to do is, I'm going to take this guy and I'm actually going to put it in a little mixer and make a PM size cup with this regular Adamavu blade. In the meantime, we need to make sure that we stir this guy a little and put him in as low, literally blend it. So of course I have not tried this. If almost another half a cup of water to go with this. This may okay. I can still see the dots here, so the agglomerated basement is not mixing very well. Let's see how. And this guy is almost, there is no trace of kai strong already. வந்து திறந்து கொடுத்துட்டு போயேன் சங்கீதா, இந்த மிக்ஸி ஒண்டி மூடி திறந்து கூட, கை எனக்கு அவ்வளோ ஸ்ட்ரென்த் இல்லை இன்னும். மிக்ஸியில் போட்டால் தானே இது கடலை மாவு இதுவாகும், இல்லாட்டி கட்டி கட்டியாக இருக்குங்க. Thank you. So you got to pour this in. I think you can see it. So now there is no risk of having any solid basin in there. I usually make it into a paste, but in this case this is a little on the liquidy side, but it's okay.